Hello students, today in chapter 6, we are going to complete all the remaining sums of miscellaneous exercise 6b. From question number 2 on page number 226, we have already done the first 11 sums. I have discussed this in my previous lectures and very similar sums have been done in the exercise section of the lesson. So we start with sum number 12. The question is, find the vector equation of the planes which pass through A123, B321 and make equal intercepts on the coordinate axis. Now in this case, according to the answer which is given behind in the textbook, the answer is in the Cartesian form. So we are going to find the Cartesian equations of the planes. One more thing, we are only going to do those sums which are there in your syllabus. The deleted portion I am not going to deal with over here. So some of the sums may not be done at all. So starting with this sum now. Now look at the question. They have said that the planes pass through A and B and the planes make equal intercepts on the coordinate axis. I have already discussed what are intercepts. Yes, these are those points on the x, y and z axis which the planes touch actually. So in this case they have given that the planes make equal intercepts. They have not told that the planes make non-zero intercepts. That means the intercepts can be 0 or non-zero. So we are going to consider two cases over here. Case 1, the planes make 0, that is the intercept which the planes make on the axis is 0. So let the intercepts be 0. Let the intercepts be 0. Now, if all the intercepts are 0, x, y and z intercepts are 0 for the plane, that means the plane passes through the origin. So therefore, the plane passes through the origin. And also the Cartesian equation of the plane in that case. Therefore, the equation of the plane is given by ax plus by plus cz is equal to 0. Also, we have that the plane passes through these 2 points, that is A and B. So, since the plane passes through, or let us write it in short, since A and B lie on the plane, these are points on the plane. So we have, instead of ax plus by plus cz, we can substitute x as 1. If a is 1, 2, 3, we can substitute x as 1, y as 2 and z as 3. So we have x, that is instead of x, a plus 2b plus 3c is equal to 0. And also, if b is given by 3, 2, 1 as is given in the question, it is given by 3, 2, 1. So over here we can put x as 3. So we have 3a plus 2b plus c is equal to 0. So these are two equations which I are getting. Now to solve them further, we don't have a third equation, otherwise we would have used Cramer's rule. So now to solve them further, what we do is that we take equal ratios like this. See, we write that these ratios are actually equal. Okay, since the solution RHS for both the equations is same, we can say that these ratios are equal. Which ratios now? A upon, now take the determinant which has the first row as 2 and 3, the coefficients of B and C in the first case, and the second row would be 2 and 1, the coefficients of B and C as given in the second equation. So A upon mod of 2, 3, 2, 1. This ratio is equal to the second ratio, that is B upon, now the determinant would be the coefficients of C and A. So we get 3, 1 and 1, 3. And the third ratio C upon the determinant of, now the coefficients of A and B are written. So 1, 2, 3 and 2. So the three ratios are equal. Now solving them further, so therefore we get in this case A upon, now cross multiplying, it becomes 2 minus 6, that is minus 4, is equal to B upon 9 minus 1, that is 8, which is C upon 2 minus 6, that is minus 4. Now these ratios, now minus 4, 8 and minus 4 can also be written as, we can divide them by 4, isn't it? And we can write them as A upon minus 1 is equal to B upon 2 is equal to C upon minus 1 again. Now thus we get what? Thus we get A, B and C are proportional to these numbers, that is minus 1, 2 and minus 1. And since the ratios are equal, see the three ratios are equal. Suppose the ratios are 1, 1 and 1. Okay, so in this case A will be minus 1, B will be 2 and C will be minus 1. So thus A, B, C are proportional to minus 1, 2 and minus 1. That means A, B, C can also be any three numbers which are proportional to these three numbers and the ratios are equal. So we can take A, B, C as the simplest numbers as minus 1, 2 and minus 1. Therefore, now the equation which is given in the beginning, that is we found the equation of the plane in the beginning, this particular equation which we number it as say 1. So equation 1 can be written by putting the values of A, B and C as minus 1, 2 and minus 1 over here. So therefore equation 1 becomes now x minus 2y. See, it is actually minus x plus 2y minus z is equal to 0. See, in ax plus by plus cz, we put a as minus 1, b as 2 and c as minus 1. So this can be written in a proper way, that is a conventional way of writing it is changing the sign throughout so that x becomes positive. So we get x minus 2y plus z is equal to 0. So this becomes one of the equations of the plane. So this is the Cartesian equation of the plane when the intercepts are 0. We also have case 2 to consider. In the case of case 2, the intercepts are non-zero. Okay, so the plane makes non-zero intercepts on the coordinate axis. Now the intercepts are equal to each other and they are non-zero. So let the intercept be, say any number, say p. So in this case, we can write the intercept form of the equation of the plane. I have told you about it before. The intercept form of the equation of the plane is x upon p plus, in this case, x upon p plus y upon p plus z upon p is equal to 1. Therefore, cross multiplying, we get x plus y plus z is equal to p in this case. Now, the plane passes through the 2 points A and B which have the coordinates 1, 2, 3 and 3, 2, 1. So that fact we are going to make use of over here. So since the plane passes through A, that is 1, 2, 3, and B, that is 3, 2, 1. Putting x as 1, y as 2, z as 3, we get 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to P, or putting x as 3, y as 2 and z as 1, we get 3 plus 2 plus 1 is equal to P. So therefore in either case P becomes 6. So the value of P becomes 6, and therefore we can write the equation of the plane as x plus y plus z. Therefore the required equation. Therefore the required equation is x plus y plus z is equal to 6. So this is the other equation of the plane. So these are the two required equations of the plane as it is asked of us. The 13th sum, find the vector equation of the plane which makes non-zero equal intercepts on the coordinate axis and passes through 1, 1, 1. Now this sum is, most of the sum is similar to the previous sum, the second case which we did just now. So in this case, let the plane make intercepts, say intercept P with each axis. The intercepts are all equal, so it can be just P with each axis. Then in this case, therefore the equation of the plane in the intercept form can be given as x upon P plus y upon P plus z upon P is equal to 1, and therefore from this we get x plus y plus z is equal to P, and since the plane passes through 1, 1, 1 on the coordinate axis, since the plane passes through the point 1, 1, 1, we can put x, y and z as 1, 1, 1 over here. The equation becomes, the equation is 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to P, and therefore we get P is equal to 3. Now P becomes 3, and therefore the equation becomes, therefore we have x plus y plus z is equal to 3 as the Cartesian equation of the plane, which is the Cartesian equation of the plane. Now the vector equation of the plane becomes this way. Now we put it as r dot I plus j plus k. The coefficient of x, y, z is 1, 1, 1. So we get 1i plus 1j plus 1k. R dot I plus j plus k is equal to 3 is the vector equation of the plane. So thus we have solved this sum. Now in the 19th sum, find the vector equation of the plane passing through the origin and containing the line r is equal to I plus 4j plus k plus lambda I plus 2j plus k. So the plane contains this particular line. Suppose this line is over here, what I have drawn over here. Let L be that line actually. So equation of line L is what is given over here. Now suppose let M be a point on the line. So therefore, now M is represented by this particular vector that is given over here. Okay, the position vector of M is M bar, which is this particular vector. Consider the equation of the line as R is equal to, consider the standard equation of the line as R is equal to A plus lambda B. You know that A is a point on the line and B is a vector which is parallel to the line in this case. So over here, suppose M is a point on the line, then the position vector of M, will be OM bar. if O is the origin, then OM bar, and OM bar is equal to, we can write it as M bar, which is equal to I plus 4j, this first vector of the line that is it. So I plus 4j plus k. Now M is a point on the line. Since the line lies on the plane, since the line is contained by the plane, so therefore we say that M also lies on the plane. M also lies on the plane. So we keep this in mind. Therefore, OM is parallel to the plane. OM is a vector which is parallel to the plane. Suppose the origin lies somewhere here, anywhere it can lie, suppose here. Then OM is a vector which is parallel to the plane. That way. Then, now see, B bar is a vector. Suppose we consider from the equation. See, the equation of the line is R is equal to I plus 4j plus k plus lambda I plus 2j plus k from the question. So from here we get the equation of the line as, now from here we get the vector which is parallel to the line as this vector. Okay, so therefore here B bar is equal to I plus 2j plus k is a vector parallel to the line. Is a vector parallel to the line. Now since B bar is a vector which is parallel to the line which is contained by the plane, we say that B bar is also parallel to the plane. So as a result we have OM and B bar are vectors which are parallel to the plane. So therefore OM bar and B bar are vectors parallel to the plane. That means we can say that OM cross B bar, if you take the cross product of OM and B bar, that would be a vector which is perpendicular to the plane, and that would be the normal to the plane in this case. Okay, so now did you understand that? See, we already have points on the plane. O, that is the origin, is a point on the plane. M is also a point on the plane. We need the normal to the plane to form the equation of the plane. So that normal is given by OM cross B bar. So therefore we write that, therefore OM cross B bar, that is N bar, is a vector perpendicular to the plane. That means N bar is a normal to the plane. So therefore OM cross B bar, let us find this OM cross B bar. By using determinants, let us find out this actually. So OM cross B bar is given by the determinant ijk, and in this case OM would be, OM is given by 1 plus 4, I plus 4j plus k. So we have 1, 4 and 1, and B bar is, from this case B bar is I plus 2j plus k, and therefore we have 1, 2 and 1 in this case again. And solving this we get 4 minus 2, that is 2i, minus 1 minus 1, that is 0j, plus 2 minus 4, that is minus 2k. So this becomes OM cross B bar, that is therefore N bar, that is a normal to the plane, becomes 2i minus 2k. So in this way we get the normal to the plane. So the required equation of the plane is in the form R dot N is equal to A dot N. So here we already have the normal. Okay, here A can be either origin that is 0 bar, or A can be M bar which is I plus 2j plus k. The position vector of M is I plus 4j plus k. Either way, we are going to get the same answer over here. So let us substitute this over here. Suppose we put A as 0 bar. So therefore the equation becomes R bar R dot N R dot 2I minus 2k is equal to A dot N. A is 0, 0 dot N 2I minus 2k. That is R dot LHS remains the same. RHS, when we multiply it with 0, it becomes 0. So this way. Or in the other case, if we put A as M bar, just to show you all that we get the same answer, we can write R bar dot N bar, that is 2I minus 2k is equal to A dot N. A in this case we take it as this vector, that is I plus 4j plus k dot N, that is 2I minus 2k. So in this case it is going to come as, now 2 into 1, that is 2, when we solve the dot product of two vectors, 4 into 0, so 2 into 1 plus 4 into 0 minus, that is plus 1 into minus 2, which comes out as 0. That means, as you can see, we get the same answer that we got above. The same answer is coming over here also. So therefore R dot 2I minus 2k is equal to 0. So either way this becomes the equation of the required plane that is it. You must have noticed that we have not done the sums coming after sum number 13. That is the 14 to 18 sum we have not done here. That is because they deal with the deleted syllabus. We started directly with the 19th sum and then now the 20th sum. Find the vector equation of the plane which bisects the segment joining A 2, 3, 6 and B 4, 3, minus 2 at right angle. So just to help you visualize the situation, the diagram has been drawn over here. You don't need to draw it during the exam. So this is the given plane. Segment AB is the given segment and the plane bisects the segment AB. That means divides the segment AB into two equal halves at right angles. Okay, so that means segment AB is perpendicular to the plane. So in this case, suppose we write the position vector of A as A bar. See, we require the equation of the plane as this way. So equation of the plane is going to be R dot N is equal to A dot N, where N is a normal to the plane and A is a point on the plane. Now the position vector of A, that is A bar, in this case is 2I plus 3j plus 6k, and the position vector of B, that is B bar, 4I plus 3j minus 2k. Suppose the plane bisects segment AB at point M. So if the plane bisects segment AB at M, then we say that M is the midpoint of the plane and M is the midpoint of segment AB and M also lies on the plane. Then M lies on the plane. And by midpoint formula, we have M bar is equal to, using midpoint formula, we have M bar is equal to 2I plus 3j plus 6k plus 4I plus 3j plus minus 2k upon 2. So remember, you have used the formula this way, A plus B upon 2 for finding M bar. Okay, so thus we get the answer as this way, that is, it becomes 6I plus 6j plus 4k upon 2. And we can write it as 3I plus 3j plus k. So this becomes our M bar. So we have already got the position vector of a point on the plane. In this case it becomes 2k because 4 upon 2, 2. Okay, now to find the normal. Now since the plane is we need n bar also. That is normal. So since the plane is perpendicular to segment AB, AB is the normal to the plane. AB bar, that is n bar, is the normal to the plane. AB bar is equal to n bar is normal to the plane. Therefore, n bar is given by b bar minus a bar, that is b vector minus the vector a and this comes out as 2i, 3 minus 3, j goes away, 0, and minus 2 minus 6, that is minus 8k. So thus we get the normal to the plane as well. So now that we got a point in the plane and the point on the plane and the normal to the plane, we can form the equation of the plane. So therefore the equation of the plane is r dot n, as we saw earlier, r dot n is equal to a dot n. In this case, a is m. M bar can be represented as a bar. So m bar dot n bar in this case. So thus we substitute these values over here. So we are going to get r dot 2i minus 8k is equal to 3i plus 3j plus 2k dot 2i minus 8k. So thus what you can do is you can just solve the RHS and get the equation in the proper form. So you can just complete the sum as assignment and get the complete equation of the plane. Just one step remains actually. So this finishes with all the sums of the lesson. So we have finished with chapter 6 over here. In the next lecture, we'll be beginning with the next chapter, that is A. So thank you so much for listening, folks.